Yeah, baby. Shout out to Duck City Music, The Bad Seed. That one right there was called Verified. Check us out on Twitter, folks, where we are verified. Hit me up on Twitter at the EMillio EgBar. Shout out to you, and everybody out there that's tuned in and listening right now. Shout out to my man Mouthpiece KV on Twitter, rocking out with us right now, man, from the West Coast. Shout out to everybody out there that's tuned in on the other side of the country, man. We definitely do appreciate you, man. For those of y'all out there that's watching this stream, man, join us, man. Let me know where y'all watching from, man. Jump in the comments, man. Share your thoughts and all that good stuff, man. Shout out to you for tuning in to this live broadcast of the EmillioEgBar show. Yo, so I'm sitting here, I'm scrolling through our Twitter page here. I don't have it right now because this is one of those sporadic kind of moments. I wish I could post it up here on the screen right now to show y'all. But this was a very, 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 I should say, very interesting question, because I know this topic has been discussed an awful lot here lately on, various platforms across social media and also on YouTube, Twitter, and any streaming platform that they have out there. But this one right here is taken from the Real J Live on Twitter. You can follow him at REALJ Live on Twitter once again. So he tweeted this question and he asked, what would you do if your favorite artist took their music off streaming services and only sold downloads, tapes, CDs, and vinyls? That's a very good question, man, because a lot of people out there right now, especially with the controversy, I should say, for lack of better terms, or probably for the right terms that I'm using, but the controversy surrounding a lot of these streaming platforms and stuff like that for independent artists, a lot of these questions are starting to come to the forefront now, where a lot of people are starting to realize that streaming platforms, if you're trying to monetize your music, aren't very beneficial to the artists themselves. I know a lot of people out there may beg to differ, but if you're happy with getting fractions of pennies, then I'm not going to argue with you on that one. But from where I sit and from a lot of people that I've had conversations with here on this show and on other platforms, I know a lot of people out there is not particularly fond of the way that royalties and publishing get paid out with these streaming platforms. So you see, a lot of people is taking the initiative and they're going their own separate way in terms of distributing their music. A lot of people are still electing to use like digital distributors like, TuneCore and CD Baby and all that good stuff, if I'm saying the correct ones, because I don't really use none of that stuff. Anything I use to promote any like musical project that I'm involved with, it comes through here first. That's the beneficial, or the benefits, I should say, of having a platform, is because I don't have to worry about nobody else playing my music or wondering if anybody else is going to play my music. I can debut it here, and trust me, it works. I can tell you, because I speak from experience, because I have done that before, and I've done that with real tangible results. But as you see, a lot of people now in the music industry, a lot of people right now, a lot of these artists that are electing to still chase after the bag and go after these record deals, they're seeing that, these streaming sites, and a lot of people also out there that are already independent artists, they're seeing that a lot of these streaming sites aren't being very beneficial to them. So a lot of people, and you can say shout out to Curtis King for this one, because he got this whole DIY movement going over on his YouTube channel, and he encourages a lot of artists out there to take the initiative on their own. I mean, you look at a lot of his videos, my man, he has a whole concert for you right there in his whole house. He got a whole dedicated space, to doing that. And I gotta say shout out to a guy that I know from back in the day by the name of Gus Sequoia, because he had that concept, and this was back in 2005, 2006 when I first met Gus, and he had that concept already about, not having to worry about booking venues. You already got your own space, just stream it. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see a lot of people now, and especially with the way, COVID and all that stuff happened, it changed a lot of people's perspective on ways of getting out here and getting their music across. And then also now, like I said, with the whole situation with these streaming platforms, you see a lot of people out here now they're looking for alternative means to take matters into their own hands and getting their music out here. So you see a lot of people out here that are, distributing their music through their own websites, actually getting out here handing out physical copies, or something I see a lot of people are doing right now. Taking the little QR codes and they're having it where you scan the QR code, an exclusive record come up. My man DJ Kawan, shout out to him. He had a brilliant concept going on where he had like an actual membership card that had like a USB stick attached to it, and every month or every time a new release came out, it was getting uploaded to that. So that was very brilliant. You got a lot of people out there that are taking various initiatives to do the whole DIY thing in terms of distributing their own music. And you got a lot of people that are coming back here to these platforms as well, that are using these platforms as a way to get their music out there, man. So, I'm looking at the whole outlook of music right now and looking at the way things is going. I think we are in a good space, but we still got a lot of things to, we have to work out, because, the shift is happening right now in real time. But, we still are not at the end of that shift right yet. It's going to take quite some time, but I do encourage a lot of people out there to get involved, man, get into it, especially a lot of you artists out there that are listening right now. Like we said, man, times is changing. And a lot of you consumers out there as well, like, what would you do? Like, where are you going to go now to go get your music if you actually had to start supporting artists again by buying the physical copies, by getting out there and doing it like how we used to do it back in our era, where we had to go to the Sam Goodies, the music stores and all that good stuff, go up on the Aves and go to the boulevards and all that good stuff to go get our music and, mixtapes. And those of us who couldn't afford to do that, you sitting there by the radio with our cassette tapes and all that stuff ready to record the moment that we hear the song come on the radio. So, hey, man, a lot of people are getting back to them ways, man. So what happens when your favorite artist happens to take their music off of social media, or not social media, but happens to take their music off of streaming platforms? Let me know, man. Call in 718-717-8104. That's 718-717-8104. The EMillio EgBar Show. Shout out to everybody out there that's tuned in and watching this live stream edition here tonight. We're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. We're streaming on X. And pretty soon, man, we'll find a way to start streaming on some other platforms. We just gotta, be patient in that regard. But shout out to everybody out there that's tuned in and listening right now. We got some more new music on deck for y'all. We're gonna get into here tonight. And this one right here comes from my man Twain. He just sent me this on Christmas Eve. And this joint right here is definitely crazy. I got it Christmas Eve and played it that exact same night. It was that fire. And this one right here is called No Regrets. And this is another young talented artist that has, been around this platform for quite some time, that I've had an awareness of, that has grown tremendously with their talent and their music. As they say, when you get to the point where your music matures, a lot of these artists that we're hearing now from the earlier days of the Nonstop Radio Show, 8 years later, their music is really maturing now, and it's sounding incredible, man. Shout out to my man Twain. Shout out to everybody out there in the Twin Cities, St. Paul, Minneapolis. What's really good? It's your boy EmillioEgBar, and you're now tuned in to the Emillio EgBar Show, y'all. Keep it locked. Let's get it.